Hi everyone, it's Zach the Matchmaker here, and I've always talked about this thing, and I'm going to give a little bit more of an explanation. I've always told women that it is easier for a woman to find a husband in Africa than a man to find a wife. First of all, if you're a man in Africa and you need a wife, first of all, you have to be able to afford your basic needs like housing, feeding, medical bills, clothing, and all those basic stuff. And another thing that you have to think about is bridal price. That is a must if you're marrying from most of the tribes in Africa. And some, the bridal price is way, way higher, getting to tens of thousands of dollars. So, as a man in Africa, it's not that easy. Like, you need to have a house where you're going to stay with your family, and even after marriage, most of the African societies are patriarchy, where men are leaders. So men are the providers, men are the protectors of the family, and you realize that there are few communities whereby women contribute 50% to the bills of the home, but in more societies like in Uganda, where I come from, you'll find that most of the families, everything, it has to be a man to provide to the family. School fees, rent, electricity bills, food, and all the medical bills and everything. So this mean? That if you're a man in Africa and you think of getting married, the first thing you have to look into is your wallet, your financial capabilities. Whereas if you're a woman and you want to find a husband, the thing that you check is your character. Is your character acceptable in the society where you are? Another thing you have to look into is your availability to do the roles of a woman, a mother, to do the roles of a wife in a family. So, but let's not go far away. Let's get into dating. What are you needed in the first place? First of all, it's availability. You need to be available for dates. Most of you, the reason as to why you think it is really hard for you to find a man, it's because you're busy. You have a 9 to 5 job every day, and on the weekend, you have house chores, you have parties to attend, family meetings, and all that. So you have no time for dating. And there is this narrative that men want women that can bring something on the table. In the African context, where I come from in Uganda, when you're a man and you only want to marry women who have money, then you're seen as a male gold digger. It's not like it's bad to marry someone who has money, but if that is the only thing that you're looking for as a man, and I mean, you can't marry a woman who is jobless or who doesn't have a job, who doesn't have a higher education, that means that you're a male gold digger and you're seen as a boy, as a less of a man in the society where you are. So, I want to let you know, women, exercise this blessing that you have. That in the African context, if you're looking for a man to marry you, even if you're jobless, you can find a man who can marry you. You know, even if you don't have a house, even if you're still at your mother's house, yet you realize that at this moment it is hard for a man to marry and they're still staying at their parents' house. You know, even back then, your father could give you a piece of land somewhere, you construct a house, you cultivate the land, you get food to feed your family, then you get married. So, in the context of finances, in that today we are living in a society where finance is playing a huge role in the relationship. We are living in cash economies whereby you have to have cash in order for you to afford things and all that. You don't have a farm where you're going to go pick food and all that. So money is something that is very important here. But you realize that in the African context, is it doesn't this money thing doesn't affect women so much. So, next time you come out to look for a husband as a woman, know that all you need is your availability, your time, and the willingness to let this man into your life. Thank you so much, Zach the Life Coach. I love you, and God bless you.